Now, the Yamaha RD400 is for sure a 70s icon. It speaks 70s, two strokes, and I am so lucky to have one in my collection, and I'm going to get out on the open road today. You can join me in full 4K. Adjust your device accordingly. But this time of year, you never know what the weather's going to be. We woke up this morning and it's a beautiful day. It wasn't predicted to be nice. It may even get into the 50s today. And it's time to get out on the open road and smell some two-stroke oil. The first step, as always, move some motorcycles around, move everything here, do our pre-flight. Open road is calling. Now, until I get a bigger garage or a somebody that volunteers to come over and move all these motorcycles around, the routine is always the same early in the morning, but we're glad to do it. We are just happy to have the collection that we have. It's taken me my whole lifetime to collect this one from every 10-year period. The MT-09 is the newest. The RD is the oldest. They're the two Yamahas. And they always argue about which one is better, the one with all the safety features or the one that burns two-stroke oil. And you can argue back and forth all day long, all night. But you know what? There's nothing better than having them both. And I do. And we are going to ride that two-stroke today, and there is just nothing like that. And getting it ready, I always pre-flight the bike, no matter what I'm riding or where I'm riding. It's such cheap insurance. I don't know why people don't do it. It's just part of who I am. I like to check the two-stroke oil every single time, and I always add a little two-stroke oil to the gas, about 2 ounces every time I fill the tank up. But again, a little bit different routine, and we always have a spare plug in our pocket and a plug wrench, just in case. And I always like to get a fresh coat of wax on a bike before I get out on the open road. There's just something about having a nice clean bike on a beautiful sunny day. Set the choke, set everything. It's a little bit different than starting a modern bike. I always have the jetting on the rich side so that when you start the bike in a driveway, I can see that both pipes are smoking, and it's got to clear its throat a couple of times out once you get on the main highway to the riding area. Now, when I started my motorcycle collection many years ago, I wanted to have one bike from every 10-year period that I've been involved in motorcycling, and I wanted to then, as time was available and of course money was available, I wanted to restore, repaint, and get each one of them so they reminded me of the time that I was active with these bikes. Now, I raced these bikes for 7 years, and they bring back a lot of memories, and just every part of it, the smell, the sound, the fact that you got to tinker with it constantly. It's just something wonderful. And a neat thing, if you have a modern bike in your collection that's got all the safety features, like I have the MT-09, and that is really nice. I do appreciate that. But there is just something about two strokes when you go through the gears, and everybody I know that had one agrees. Oh, it's always funny when you go to a bike gathering or meetup and there's a bunch of expensive high-tech bikes, computers on board, fuel injection, whatever, and you pull in with a two-stroke, especially an RD400, everybody runs over to look at it. It's amazing. And over my lifetime, I've had so many of these, and there's still one in Florida that belonged to me. Ray had it, my original bike, And of course, this is my baby right here. Now, whenever anybody asks me about the paint job, they say, oh, I never saw a Yamaha like that with that paint job. I always explain to them that it's a Kenny Roberts replica, 1 of 1. I don't know if they understand what a 1 of 1 is. And the beautiful thing about these bikes is there's so many of them. You can still buy almost every part for them. They're not overly expensive. Even when you find one needs a lot of work, a lot of parts, restoration, it doesn't really matter because you can get all the stuff. And super, super easy to work on, like all two-strokes, and not that great on gas, really not that. Now it's funny, when I was painting the wheels for this bike, I wanted a spare wheel. And I looked up in the rafters of my garage where I saved bike parts over my lifetime. I had 5 spare wheels. A lot of parts for this bike. And as I get older, I appreciate that seat. That seat was always voted one of the most comfortable seats in motorcycling. And you know what? All these years later, it still is. It really is. One of the things I've been putting off actually for too long of a time, I need to get the radar detector on this bike so I can really go out and have some fun with it. Without that radar detector, I'm just a little cautious around town. And I'm hoping this summer we're going to get Joe Padula. He has a 400. Luciano's got a 350. He's got more than one, in fact. And get all the two-stroke guys together. Get Scott to come down from Connecticut. Get all the two-strokes together and get rid of the mosquitoes in the park. That would be really a fun day. And it's just something about the two-strokes that make it fun. Now, whenever I post a two-stroke video, an RD400 video, I get so many nice comments. And guys, everybody, thank you so much for the nice comments. I really appreciate it. Encourages me to go make some more two-stroke videos. And if you really enjoy this video, there's one on swapping out the carbs to modern carbs. There's a lot of two-stroke videos on my channel. And if you enjoy this one or any one, take a minute and hit the like button. It really helps YouTube decide what videos they want to put up in the front of the line. And I, for one, I love to watch two-stroke videos anytime I'm watching anything on YouTube. I don't know if it gets any better than this. I love these old two-strokes. I love going through the gears. I love just puttering around through town, and it is the best of all worlds. Best of all worlds. The bike's historically registered. I never have to pay to register it again. The insurance is almost nothing for this bike. It's just the best of all worlds. I hope you were out riding today on your two-stroke. And be sure to share the hot link with your two-stroke friends. Thanks guys so much for watching.